Oh yeah, we back with another banger. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Gifted Gamer 204 back at it again. So, for those of y'all who are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Hit the like button, share the video. That helps a lot, you know. Share it out with your friends, family members, anybody who's interested in the gaming community world, because I'm out here working nonstop, man. I'm bringing heat, straight heat. So, I'm not letting anything rock. So, as y'all see in the title, this is a good one right here. We're going to get into it because it's a good one. So, it says, like it or not, this is why PS5 Pro doesn't have a disk drive. Okay? This is what everybody was complaining about. Remember, when Sony came out that the PS5 wasn't gonna include the disc drive, everybody started going crazy, right? Yeah, I remember that. Okay, so Circana's ever-enlightening analyst Matt Piscatella has shared some updated details on digital sales splits in the United States, and they more or less confirm why Sony's opted to exclude the disc drive from its PS5 Pro console. He reports that from January to August of this year, a whopping 78% of PS5 games were purchased digitally. So that's up 3% year over year. The important detail about Piscatella's methodology here is that he's only counting games which have a physical and digital version available. That's key right there. Any titles only available digitally are not included. So, similarly, if Circana doesn't receive digital sales data, like in rare instances where publishers don't disclose it, those games are also excluded. So here it is. This is his tweet over at X. For the January-August period, for all titles with both physical and digital sales tracking, 53% of Switch software sales were done digitally compared to 52% in the same period last year. PS5 is now 78% digital versus 75% digital last year. And 91% of Xbox Series software was done digitally this year versus the 90% which was last year. So, let me see. This gives us a pretty good indicator of the US market overall. Then Piscatella does caution that this doesn't represent true demand, as retailers have been more conservative in its assortments and buys, while publishers have been more aggressive in promoting digital. We'd argue, though, that if physical copies were flying off the shelves, they'd be plentiful available. For the sake of comparison, Nintendo Switch through the same period posted a 53% digital split, while Xbox Series X and S tallied an outrageous 91%. It should be noted again, this only counts for games sold, so Game Pass downloads don't contribute to this number. If they did, the digital ratio will be even higher on Xbox. That is a fact. None of this is to say physical is dead. 22% of PS5 sales is still a reasonable number, and certainly enough to make printing Blu-rays worthwhile. But it does help illustrate Sony's thinking when it comes to the PS5 Pro optional disc drive. Some may say it's $100 additional expense, but others who primarily play games from the PS Store could equally argue it's $100 saving. So yeah, exactly. So the ratio in favor of digital game sales will likely continue to increase on PS5, but probably not dramatically at this point. Clearly, there's still a market for physical games, and we can't see it disappearing entirely. We reckon Sony's solution to offer an optional disc drive It's quite an elegant response to changing marketing trends, but clearly not everyone agrees. And that is the article right there from Matt Piscatella over at Circana. So, my thoughts. Let's get into this, right? So, by the way, Circana, this is what they do, right? I just had to Google this just so I could share it on the screen. I'm not trying to make this video too long, all right? So, this is so you have an understanding, right? Circana is a global company that provides market research, data, and analytics to help businesses grow by understanding consumer behavior. Okay? That's what they do. What they offer: market tracking information, forecasting, data management software, cross-industry insights, category expertise. So this is what they do. They gather information just like I showed y'all in this article, and they break it all down. So if you're running a company, wouldn't you do the same? You got to ask yourself that question, because these people are running a business. They're running a company. They're looking at the numbers, right? If you see that people are slowly buying games digitally year over year, wouldn't you think for a second and say, hey, maybe we don't need to keep on making consoles with disk drives attached to them? It'll be a lot smarter if we just it'll be a lot smarter if we just do the consoles without the disk drive, right? And just sell the disk drive separately for those who still purchase their games physically. Okay, there's still a bunch of people that do, but most people, the majority of people, are buying the games digitally. It's just the right thing to do as a business. Now, if you want to buy the disk drive, which also as well, like if it would have been included, the PS5 Pro would have been $800. Now you tell me how people would have reacted. Think about it. If they would have came out and said, "Oh, PS5 Pro console, $799," people would have been going nuts. And there's nothing nobody can tell me about that, because it's a fact. People gonna try to like say, "Oh no, I wouldn't." It would have been good because they giving us, you know, the disk drive. Nobody would have even been thinking about a disk drive if they would have seen that price, $799. So that's how you know people just like they just want to cap. Like they gotta stop capping. Like stop all that. Stop all this being on this side of the fence and this side of the fence. Let's just play video games, man. Let's enjoy everything. Let's play video games. And I'm not saying the console war should not exist, because it definitely should, because that's what keeps games developers competitive. That's what keeps Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, that's what keeps everybody more competitive. So you need to have your exclusives to each console. Now PC is a different story. PC is a PC. And we talking consoles. So it's like if we see a God of War over on the Xbox console, it's over. So that's what I don't want to see. Just like Xbox, there's rumors going around, you know, Halo changing its 343, changing to Halo Studios, changing the engine to Unreal Engine 5. There's already speculation that they're gearing up to be a multi-platform, and sooner than later we will be seeing Halo on a PlayStation console. Once that happens, it's over. So what's the point? You know what I'm saying? So this just breaks, like he broke it down. He's giving you the numbers. So now you got to ask yourself, Why were all these people going crazy about the PlayStation Pro not coming with a disk drive? And this is it right here. Now, it's not like they entirely said you can't play any physical games because they won't be a separate disk drive. Then we could have this conversation. This conversation would have gone a totally different way if that was the case. But that's not the case. They said, hold up. There's still people that buy physical games. Give them this right here. They want it, let them buy a disk drive separately. Because at that, you also have to think the cost of creating the PlayStation 5 Pro. That's why they were able to bring it to $699. So a disk drive is like $80 over here in the US. You know what I'm saying? If you really need it that bad, just say put some money aside. Every time you get paid, put some money aside, and eventually you will get to $80. We're not talking $200 for a disk drive. It's $80. Save up some money and go get yourself a disk drive, and you're good. You're gonna be playing on the best console on the market. Whoa, there's no need to complain, and there's no need to be bashing Sony when we clearly see that they're trying to do something special here. Now, once we get the Pro, and if it's not what everybody's saying it was, and they drop the ball, we will know, because we're going to have the console in our homes, and we will be playing them. So that's where the real test comes. That's when we're gonna be able to see, yo, these guys were right. They really, like, they brought it. So stop paying attention to all these people on the internet, whether it be on YouTube or on Twitter or whatever, trying to bash it because PlayStation is PlayStation. That's really the reason. It's just because it's Sony, because it's PlayStation. So, with that being said, we are like 2 weeks away from the PS5 Pro. I am excited. I haven't been this excited in a long time because, you know, we finally gonna be able to play 4K 60 frames per second on a console. Finally. And that's all we've been asking for. You know what I'm saying? After that comes the great games, which Sony always delivers with great first-party games. That's already there. We just needed this side of it, which is the 4K 60 frames. And now we're going to get it. Such an exciting time, man, for us gamers out here, man. So I'm going to leave it at that, man. Leave your comments down below. Let's have a talk. If you disagree or agree, whatever it is, let's talk. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, share the video. And once again, it's your boy Gifted Gamer 204, bringing the heat. Raw and uncut, no editing. I'm out here. Support your boy, man. Let's go. Peace.